Welcome back to another episode of Tim Plays Fallout 4. Now, when we left off, we were going through the secret part of Vault 81, killing mole rats, and we've killed our way through. We did happen to pick up the mole rat disease, which is a minus 10 to our max hit points. A lot of people would be stuck with this for the rest of the game. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it because now we're at the end of this segment of the vault where we encounter Curie and she gives us the cure.
Oh, another stranger. Are you Vault-Tec security? I've waited so very patiently for you to arrive.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Superb! I placed an emergency call so long ago. I was beginning to think something dreadful must have happened. I am pleased to report I completed my primary duties 83 years ago. Thousands of pathogens were grown in the mole rat hosts. Then a single broad-spectrum cure was developed to treat them all. Very satisfying work for many decades. Now, please tell me you are authorized to release me from the lab.
I am so authorized. You are released.
Superb. I had almost given up all hope of living here. I'll open the door. Since you are a Vault-Tec representative, I entrust you with the broad-spectrum cure I developed. If you have an equivalent to my digital Hippocratic oath, please use it quickly to prevent any undue suffering. However, be advised, there is only one dose left, and I can no longer make any more.
And there is, so it kind of looks like a stim pack.
If that is all, I am most eager to leave.
So now we need to go either give the cure to Dr. Forsyth, or we could take it ourselves and bring it to them that we used it, and they will hate us. But we're not going to do this the way that they want us to do it. We're going to do it the way that I feel like doing it. We're going to grab our medicine bobblehead. And we can go through the terminals here, which would just be looking at Curie's diary. While we're here, we might as well grab the blood packs. I guess it's just one blood pack. And I handed off a bunch of junk to McCready, but it didn't buy us very much in the way of
Thanks for the cure.
It is my hope that this cure finds
space.
its way to someone who needs it. Hopefully now I can properly further my scientific research. Since my job here is done, I think I will follow you out.
So she will kind of follow us? Now we go through here, which I kind of find it funny that they didn't know that this vault was here. But the door out literally goes into the same vault where people have been working for forever.
Influenza have mutated over the years.
So she won't necessarily. We're actually gonna. What the game wants us to do is to take this to Dr. Forsyth. We are not going to do that. Even though little Billy, or I guess Austin, little Austin is suffering.
Back again?
He would actually be fine. And it doesn't really piss anybody off that we just decide to leave the vault. But we're going to rush our way out this way. And I better deal with my hunger and thirst first. There we go. And using the Vault 81 cure will make us extremely thirsty. So we want to kind of have a sink or a clean water source readily available to remove all of that dehydration.
A routine analysis of you indicates you have suffered very little from radiation. Curious.
So, yeah. Curie, pretty much, she's stuck, and she won't necessarily follow us from farther than there. Normally, if I had already taken, Hangman's Alley, I would probably head there, but the next closest, settlement for me to do this would be Oberlin Station. And since it's already kind of set up for me to do this cheat, we'll just head right over there. We can get a better look at the crashed spacecraft, which is still on fire. And this will also show how much I've put into Oberlin Station so far. Basically have a barn set up, some dwelling units made out of old train cars with a guard.
Anything I
And
can do to help?
Nope. No, you're fine, lady. And we have Bob's ammo shed. And this has what we're going to use.
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days.
So, even though it doesn't look like it, this conveyor should be running. Because I anticipated turning this into an ammunition factory, but really all we need for this is the moving conveyor belt and the conveyor storage. And that's all I have built so far. And so we'll try this. It'll probably take me a few times to get it right. What we want to do is drop the cure on the conveyor belt and pick it up right as it gets about there. And if we pick it up at the same time as the conveyor storage, we effectively duplicate it. And this can be done on just about any item. And I think I missed it there. Yeah. And I am out of practice on this
I sure hope so.
because I do not use it a ton.
Was a lot better off. Especially as farmers.
Yeah, when I hear that double click, kind of tells me I missed it. And there we go. Now we have two of them. And so what we can do at this point, we could either keep duplicating it, or we can actually just use one of them.
Yeah?
And I believe all of the faction hits are tied to dealing with Dr. Forsyth. So we've used it in order to cure our own. And that didn't piss off McCready. Won't piss off Curie. Of course, she's not really with us. But there we go. So we have effectively dealt with the mole rat disease. And we've got a short-term 64% hit point buff. Which, that's actually kind of a large chunk of hit points. It would almost make sense to just keep duplicating it, but duplicating it, getting it just right, it takes a lot of practice. So instead, we'll run this back to Vault 81. I guess that effect didn't really last very long at all. And once we deal with the Dr. Forsyth and Austin, giving the cure to Austin, we'll get the option to pick Curie up as our companion. And I believe I'll do that, and I'll send MacCready back to Oberlin Station for the time being.
Katie Pinn is the teacher here in 81. You should stop by her class. She's big on learning from outsiders.
Looking for a meal? See Maria. She runs the Sunshine Diner in the atrium.
And I believe Curie went ahead and already heads down to the infirmary. So she should be waiting for us there.
Thank God Ashes is back. Erin is crazy about that cat.
All right. So here we
The
can...
cure. You found it. Here, take the cure and use it on the boy.
Only one dose? I hope this works. If it doesn't,
Oh,
there won't be
MacCready.
anything to analyze and
Not
try
liking
again.
us saving the kid.
I heard you had returned.
It's kind of dark.
It shouldn't be long.
What? Where am I?
You're
Thank
in
God.
the clinic. You were really sick, Austin. Our visitor from the Commonwealth saved your life.
Really? Gee, thanks, mister.
I was worried to death about you, Austin. What got into your fool head? Going into a place like that.
Nothing exciting ever happens here. I just wanted to see what was in there.
Well, if it hadn't been for our friend here, you might have died. Thank you. I know you made sacrifices to help him. I know Dr. Pinsky will.
Actually, I
For
didn't.
my
I
part, I'd like to give you the
I got
same.
a
I had a few
boatload
years
of
and never really
mole
had
rat
use
meat
for
to
it.
cook.
She's not the only one.
I
The
came
whole
out like a
vault is
champ.
thankful. I'd like to give you a room here in the vault. A place you can call your own. It's in the main hall. On the left as you get off the elevator. Once again, thank you.
Can I
I
go
hope
to
you
your
enjoy
help.
your
How about something
accommodation.
to eat?
Austin would
I'm
I
be
wanted to
sick.
say thank you
starving.
again
Thank
for
you.
what you did for Austin. You've opened a lot of eyes around here, including my own. I had no idea of the dangers Vault Tech had hidden away so close to home. I can't
All
believe
right.
so many died just behind our walls.
Whatever Voltec had planned, it failed and took their entire staff out with it.
No arguments here. I hate to think of what they had planned for us. But on the good side, you made a real impression on our anti-Commonwealth people. They're realizing outsiders really can be trusted, and do more good than just providing resources. You'll always be welcome here. And I hope you make a habit of visiting. Having a trusted outsider would help serve as a reminder that the Commonwealth isn't something to fear and avoid.
Someday, I'm gonna check out the Commonwealth. If my Gran lets me.
Hey, Austin.
Gran says I'm a bottomless pit when it comes to food.
Uh-huh. And with that, now all of this is lootable.
A moment, please. I have been trapped so many years. I believe it's customary to thank you for your role in saving me. My entire life has been in this vault. I have analyzed and learned everything there is to know here. So now I must see the rest of the Commonwealth, consult with scientists, unearth more data to challenge my hypothesis.
After the bombs, the Commonwealth is a little lacking in the science department.
But surely there is still men of learning out there, and if nothing else, there is data. I can see you already have company. I do not wish to intrude, but I must ask. Please, monsieur, can you take me with you?
Come along then.
Excellent. We must embark at once.
And we will send McCready to Oberlin Station so that he's close by.
Heads up.
And while we're here, we might as well pass that off to Curie. And
May I be of assistance?
I think most of my weight seems to be taken up by mole rat meat. Now, if we came up here, I have already done the school classroom visit where I get a Grognak comic. But if we come up here, we can complete a quest that can get us another merchant, Tina DeLuca.
Hey, I heard what you did for Austin. You saved that kid's life, so I was hoping you could help me out with Bobby. I need someone to get him off the jet. Ever since all that drama, he's gotten worse. Doesn't leave his room, high all the time. Rachel said if he doesn't get help, he could die.
You're right. He needs help.
You've got to convince him to go see Rachel. She's got some treatment drug that'll help him get clean. It's either get clean or get dead at this point, and that bastard better get his priorities straight.
Now, when we go to confront, this guy, he, if I'm remembering correctly, and I'll want to look it up first, I think we're supposed to encourage him to fight.
Everything's under control.
And in order to get Tina to be our settler, or leave this vault and become a settler. So this is the room that we've just earned. It's decent. I've never really done a playthrough where I've used it very much. I do like that it has the Bobbletech, or the Vault-Tec bobblehead display. And it comes with some jangles, the moon monkey, and some decent stuff like extra vault suits. I just don't have the capacity to carry much of that stuff with me, so for now, I believe I will head out of the vault, and we will go over to claim Hangman's Alley. And then after Hangman's Alley, we should be able to push our way over to the Boston Public Library. Oops.
Hope that Pip-Boy belongs to you.
Well, it's on my wrist, man. And hey, we lucked out that looks like Cricket is probably here, or at least that is one of her caravan guards. And that happens sometimes. The trader gets separated from their caravan guards. There's McCready. Should be walking to Oberlin Station.
Yeah?
I'm not sure if this will still be open. Oh, looks like we got some super mutants to deal with. And they probably have a hound with them. Oh yeah, right there.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things going back into the evidence.
And I will go ahead and loot this because Curie has pretty good carrying capacity.
Are you giving me a present?
Oh, that gunfire must have been McCready dealing with the feral ghoul. So if I just come down this way, trying to decide which way to attack. Trying to decide which way to attack the Hangman's Alley from. What I tend to do is grenade it first. So if we can sneak up on them. See who we can eliminate. A little surprise bomb. I'm not sure if we're even... Not sure if I was even getting them. I think I typically attack it from this direction first. So there's usually a guy up on this.
I'd much rather discuss science.
And we can pretty much unlock this. I think the other door was a novice lock as well.
Yes.
Okay, cut the shit. Who is that?
Fighting.
Eat blue lasers. Oh no. Oh yeah. I don't want to be...
Let's go.
Danger detected. Asshole.
Get him, Curie.
Visual contact broken. So
Oh, that was some rough. That was some rough fighting. I'm not sure if I got them all. Did I get them all? I believe I did. Yeah. Well, it would tell me Yeah, if I wasn't able to access the workshop, that would mean there were still some left. And my first order of business is I need some fresh water. Just make this a drinking fountain. And with that, we have taken Hangman's Alley, and from here I will break this area down, and I think what we'll do is on the next installment we will push our way over to the Boston Public Library. And appreciate you watching. If you enjoy these videos, please throw a like on there, and we will see you next time in the Commonwealth.